Welcome back, reefers. We got another episode. As you guys can see today, we're still in Maryland and we come to see this beautiful 50-gallon tank. I'm here mesmerized. The owner of the tank, his name is Nick, he invited us over and he let me pick at the tank. I'm next to this mangrove and with this white light here, and he's just got this decoration reef to reef right here, and it just got me in a good mood. So I figure, you know what? I'm gonna go get him so he can tell me everything about this beauty, man. I'm so impressed with this 50-gallon tank. Let's go get him. All right, guys, we're here with Nick. Nick, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Thanks for having us over, man.
I'm glad you're finally here. I'm very glad you're finally here.
Thank you, man. It takes time, man.
I know,
we get a lot of requests, and we want to see some nice tanks, and this tank took me by surprise.
Yeah.
So first thing I'm going to ask you, how small is this tank?
It's a 50-gallon. The whole system is 80-ish total, but
I can appreciate a 50-gallon display tank looking this phenomenal. This is the ultimate mixed reef, and I'm going to tell you why I think that way. Because not just did a mixed reef, but you had a giant anemone in the back left.
Right.
We're gonna get to show you guys all that. We're gonna get to talk about that, but kudos to you. At first glance, this thing looks phenomenal. You are killing it with this tank.
Thank you.
So let me, the usual, let me bombard you with some questions.
Yeah, man.
So how long has the tank been set up?
About 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, about 5 years. It's getting close to 5 years. It'll be 5 years in September.
How long you been reefing?
15.
15
years, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Any plans to move any bigger anytime?
Not here. When I move, yes.
Okay, cool.
Here is probably about as big as I'll go.
Okay, you're in tight quarters right now.
Yeah,
so what is the dimensions of the tank?
30 inches this way, so 2.5 feet this way, 2 feet this way, 18 inches deep.
Let's talk a little bit about your corals, man. So the first thing I'm gonna ask, what kind of giant bubble tip anemone is that back there with those clowns that are having a day feel?
It's a Chicago sunburst anemone.
Chicago sunburst.
Yeah, it's a Chicago.
Man, this is the craziest part, man. The fact that you don't have just a beautiful mixed reef, because most people, like, you got all your softies here, you got all your LPS over there, and all your SPS, they're at the very top.
Yep.
And then I like how you did most of the tank. I mean, 95% of the tank has a theme.
Yeah.
So all your Monties are all encrusted on the back, and all towards the back. You got maybe one here or so, something like that I see. 95% of your acros are all their way on top, except for one or two.
Yeah, they're frags that a friend dropped off recently that I just didn't have anywhere to put them, so I had to.
You gotta get creative.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to put corals here, you gotta like.
Yeah, you had to find space.
And then you got your little frog spawn island right here, which is perfect.
Yep.
Your torch island that I call it over there. So tell me, who are some of your favorite corals here?
Torches for sure. I would almost say torches are what got me in. Like Euphilia in general is what got me in the hobby so long ago. So
all that movement, huh?
Yeah. Everything moving around was like mesmerizing in a tank, and so that's what I got my first biocube to have a frog spawn coral. Like that's what I wanted, was a biocube for a frog spawn coral. So I guess the torches and the frogs and hammer garden, those are all my favorites. I don't really have a particular. Probably the grail, because it's never been in the ocean. The grail that's up top and the one in the front were both born in a tank, in a friend of mine's tank from a spawning.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So it's like those two are they have a special piece to me just because it's like they've never even seen an ocean. They don't know what an ocean feels like.
You know what the best feeling is? When you see a torch spawn, and he ain't kidding, guys.
Yeah.
You literally, when torches and you don't see them when they spawn, but you literally find one little baby growing out of nowhere.
growing around the rocks. Yep.
It's incredible to see, man. I love it. I love it. It's just one of the best things to see. Tell me a little bit about your fish, man. What are you keeping in here? I don't see a lot of fish.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fish right now. There was a multicolor angelfish and a hippo tang that I got the size of my thumbnail who got too big, and I catch them, and my dad has a 120 a couple miles away. So there's a pair of mandarins, a male and a female. There's a pair of the clownfish up in the corner. There's a fangtail blenny in here.
All right. So for all the people that are watching, just tell them what is the main, how do you maintain this tank? Tell me, like, it's water changes or not?
Water changes, yeah, and dosing. I do water, I'm religious about water changes. It's just something I do.
Me too.
I will always do them, even if I'm, like, I do ICP test and check things, but You know, even if I didn't, I would still do water changes just because I feel it's necessary. It's part of the hobby. It keeps you involved in the tank and like in tune with the tank. You see things.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, so I will always do water changes. But yeah, water changes and dosing. I run ESV 2-part on the tank.
And how often you do water changes?
Every week.
Every week?
Sometimes it goes every other week.
And what salt do you use?
Quantum.
Quantum?
Yeah, I've been on that for a while now. Yeah.
Who makes that?
That's the manufacturer's Quantum.
So, and then you use an ESV for A and B?
Yep, ESV
Fantastic
2-part
product.
B-ionic. I've used it forever.
Okay.
And then actually the Quantum makes this stuff too, which is bio-enhanced. It's like Red Sea's AB+, the amino, but it doesn't require refrigeration.
Gotcha.
And so I put it on a doser, and then I never forget to put it in, and it goes off every day before I get home for lunch. I take lunch, and I work right down the road, so I come home for lunch every day to feed the fish. But basically, that goes off like a half hour before. The corals swell up because they're ready for food. So when you feed the fish, the corals catch the fish food, and everybody gets fed.
Nice.
Yeah.
So since you're talking about food, how often are you feeding?
Twice a day. Well, right now, 3 times a day because of the enthusiast. He's kind of new. He's about a month old.
Okay. And what are you feeding?
Usually frozen.
So frozen food.
Yeah, frozen food, and then for flake food, I use like Ocean. It's right behind you, actually. I sat it there because I fed them earlier. Prime reef flakes.
Okay.
They love that stuff. I've never found a fish that doesn't like it.
Okay, cool. Are you using any controllers?
No. Well, except for the Inkbird. There's an Inkbird temperature controller, but that's it. Everything else is
dosers?
manual. Yes, Jabeo doser.
Jabeo doser. What are you dosing with those? The A, the B?
B-ionic, the aminos, and a phosphate, liquid phosphate remover.
So where are you keeping your alkalinity?
9 is usually the sweet spot where I try to run. Sometimes it creeps up to 9.5, but right in that area, 9 to 9.5.
Okay.
450 for calcium, magnesium like 1300-ish. Sometimes right 1300 to 1350.
I see better results.
Yeah.
That's my personal experience.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes 1350-ish. That's where the salt is, and usually that's where it kind of hovers, but it goes between 1350 and 1300.
Okay,
and
cool.
then I'll top it back off. That's where I say it falls 50 points every 6 months or so.
And nitrate and phosphates?
The sweet spot for me is usually nitrates are like 15, phosphate 0.015. That's my sweet spot for coloration.
0.05?
Yeah, 0.015. Yeah, it's a hard balance because what happens is if I go too low, the LPS salt, and that's the mixed reef thing. Yeah.
What are you using for a return pump?
There is a Max Spect Jump.
Okay.
6K, I think it is the
right.
model. I love that thing. It's been in here for a couple years, since they came out, and I love it. It's very, very reliable.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I've had some that like after a power outage or whatever, they don't want to restart. I'm sure you've dealt with it over the years, and you got to get in there and clean them. That one has never let me down. Knock on some wood,
Gotcha.
Whatever. But yeah, it's never let me down.
And
same with the skimmer. The skimmer I run is the Reef Octopus skimmer.
Good old Reef Octopus, right?
Yeah, exactly. Over all the years, all the ones I've ever tried, it seems like they are the most reliable.
Good old reliable.
They know how to make a skimmer, and they skim.
Man, if you guys are watching, guys from Coral View, I've been using their skimmer since the year 2006 or 7.
Right.
And in the year 2008, I became a big advocate for them.
Okay.
For me personally, I was a big fan of there was this called the Cat 2 skimmer.
Okay, yeah.
And it had the bubble blaster pump.
Yep, I remember the bubble blaster.
And until today, I swear that the skimmer outperformed 90% of the skimmers out there, even today's skimmer.
Yep.
It's kind of like, you told me you fix cars, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's some engines that they can be 10, 20 years old and they still outpower the way you can do, how long they last, or how easy they're to work in.
Right.
It's the same thing with that protein skimmer.
Yeah.
To them, it was easy to clean. It was easy to fix the pump.
Yeah.
It was
Makes
just
sense.
everything about it. But good old Reef Octopus, man.
Yeah.
You know, good stuff. I love all your stickers, man. I do the same thing with my tank.
I collect them at shows, swaps, whatever, you know, friends, and if I liked your stuff, I slap it on.
So let me reach it. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Please, let's put one on.
So let me show everyone what we got going on. If you guys want some of these stickers, we have them on our website. But we just launched this one. It's cool as heck, you know.
I like that a lot.
Bro, you Casper, bro. I mean,
Awesome.
come on, bro.
Awesome,
Casper.
right?
Then Mango Tango Equinata. Let me see if I can get him a little straight, sorry.
It's awesome.
And then I brought you the Biohazard Bounce Mushroom.
Beautiful. That's the one cool I don't have is a bounce mushroom.
I'm gonna officially put it in here for you, bro.
Yeah, please. Find a spot, put it wherever you feel it is appropriate.
Here we go, guys.
Please do.
Let's see. if
Beautiful.
it can fit there. I just wanna
Yeah,
make sure it's
anywhere
gonna
you
fit.
want to put it, man. You can cover anything, do whatever you want to
What do you think right there?
I come from a graffiti world.
You
know?
sure? So you can do that?
Yeah,
again?
yeah,
You
yeah. I
fix
can
it?
do that again. I'll go where, that is not a problem. It is an open spot, that's why it's filled in. There you go. Beautiful.
Woo!
I love that sticker.
You're an official, bro.
Official.
And also, we brought you
Yeah, I got a t-shirt now.
yeah, we brought you a little gift right there. You know.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
All right, brother. So is that a CO2 scrubber? Or
Yes,
just...
that's a CO2 scrubber. It used to be recirculating. I broke the fitting. I have to get another one. It's on the way, but it hasn't come yet. But it used to be recirculating. It's a CO2 scrubber for the skimmer because the dog is in here a lot during the day. I don't
Gotcha.
want the pH to drop. I'm a big proponent of keeping your pH where it's supposed to be because I find your growth will be amazing if it's where it's supposed to be. And as soon as you drop a point or two, it's like exponentially
Yeah,
slower.
it's funny you say that. I'm in a closed office and I've never checked my pH. Everything's doing very well.
Yeah.
But I think I can get a little better growth, so I'm thinking I'm gonna add a CO2 scrubber.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
Kalkwasser
I'm gonna get
CO2
one.
scrubber.
Oh,
it
I'm
puts
doing
you up.
Kalkwasser 24/7.
Right.
That's why. Because what's happening is I'm blessed enough that I'm in an office and it's got no ventilation. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no windows, so
Right.
it's a lot of evaporation.
Okay.
At first, when it was my 80-gallon only, I didn't have enough evaporation to make it up, so I was getting water out.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
that's a pain because you got to adjust salinity once a week or so.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a pain, but it was an extra job that I have
it's
to
still
do.
swinging.
But
when it's-
now I added the frag tank and it's nice and open.
Yeah.
So now I can dose way more than I
Right.
can dose before. So I'm literally dosing 24/7. So I haven't checked it, but I think I might need a
Yeah.
CO2 scrubber. I'm thinking.
I'm sure it'll help. It can't hurt you. You know, when there's no CO2 in there, the media doesn't go as fast, and when there is, you can watch it kind of go. So you'll
Gotcha.
know.
So since we're still on your equipment, can we look at your lights?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So there's a Radian that basically does the heavy lifting.
Okay.
There's a AI Prime that's for that anemone. There's another one that kind of sits over the torch garden, but it's not really cranked. It's just more for extra royal blue punch.
Okay.
And then a pair of Reef Bright
Reef Brights.
XHO. Yeah.
All right. So we got 2 Reef Brights, 2 Primes, and a XR15. What gen it is?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Blue or Pro?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, got you. So that's for the lights.
Yep.
And last but not least
Yeah.
is your beautiful. I'm gonna call this a Refugium.
Right. It is. It is.
So let me
It's a
give
display
you.
Refugium.
Let me give you something. I'm gonna give you an official one.
Yeah.
Because I'm always making things up on these videos. I go on the wing with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're officially the Refugium man. You got the best Refugium I've seen in a long time. It's just beautiful to see the mangrove that you got. You told me you got it from Julian Sprung last year.
Yep.
Julian, if you're watching, you're affecting a lot of people with your touch, buddy. Keep up the good work with your mangroves, man.
I've been afraid to trim it, and it really took off this spring. It's
Yeah.
like it knows it's spring or something.
Yeah?
I don't know. Yeah. This spring, it's like sprouted new branches. It always had a lot of growth. I mean, it didn't always, but you know, it's been growing great. But there's new branches like that have came out in the last couple weeks that I'm like, where is all this coming from?
It looks super healthy. I don't think you have any issue with it, but you know what
No.
scale is?
Yeah.
At
yes,
the white box. If
yes.
you ever see him, you grab a little swab with alcohol and just wipe him out of it.
Yeah, I keep alcohol over here
Yeah.
for that,
It-
just in case.
But tell me what you're keeping in there.
There's a lot of softies in here. There's a clownfish pair that live in an anemone.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's zoas. It's mostly soft stuff, although there's a couple SPS that are thrown in the back.
But that's what's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Refugium. It's large display
Yeah.
thing. So, to me, look, I've never been a Refugium guy.
right.
Because I always feel like people don't know how to maintain. I mean, look, except when I see a nice one. And it's been a while that I haven't seen one this nice.
Yeah.
Julian actually has really nice ones. Because
And,
obviously
yeah,
he's into
that's-
it. He has one as a display. You ever seen his video?
That's my inspiration. Julian's display
There you go.
Refugium is
Julian,
is
you're
the
touching people,
inspiration
man.
for
Keep
this.
it up. Nick,
Yep.
Thank you for inviting us over, man. You're
You're
killing
welcome.
it with this tank. I mean, you know what's funny? A lot of people have been asking us to do smaller tanks so people can relate, because it's beautiful to show sometimes it's 200 gallons, 400, 800, 1200. But a lot of people don't have the means or the space or
Right.
the time. Life gets in the way. So when I can show someone a beautiful display tank like this 50 gallons, kudos to you. You're doing a phenomenal job. I hope you guys really enjoy this episode, because I sure did. Again, you guys know I'm gonna ask you to subscribe to our channel. Help us a lot. Post some comments below. We'll see you guys on the next episode.